TV Live is presented by Junebug Yearbook. I'm David Kemp alongside Brennan Spalding, and today we have a Tuesday night conference matchup between the Leavenworth Pioneers and the Topeka Seamen Vikings. Pioneers coming off a tough loss last night, but Frankie Giammalva is on the hill today, number 23 in the pinstripes. He has a .64 ERA on the year. He is just the guy I want starting for us, Brennan.
Yeah, I mean, after last night and Pierce Gray's outing, a great outing, and then Braden Shoemaker able to come in, and then Carter Pro eventually able to shut it down after that. But I think that Frankie is the best option here, and there's just nobody other than maybe Noah Davis. But Jack Dunlap, the starting JV shortstop, also making his varsity debut with Carter Pro DHing for him. David, I think that this is a great opportunity for only the sophomore Jack Dunlap to show what he has.
I agree. Not in the starting lineup today, but he is the 10th player on the starting lineup, or on the starting roster. He is going to be starting at shortstop. His debut starting. He has come into some games as a pinch runner, but a defense first shortstop whose bat is developing. I'm excited to see him perform tonight. We are about to get started here in the UKC. The Topeka Seamen will be leading off with Bo Jessup, the shortstop. Giammalva looking to bring the heat here to start the game. From his windup, and we are underway in the first city. First pitch a called strike as Jessup watches it go down just above the knees. No balls and one strike here. A little bit chillier than yesterday, as that one's in for a strike. The time here at first, or the weather here at first pitch is 59 degrees, but without as much wind, it does feel a bit more pleasant in my opinion. Called strike three. He did not bring the bat off of his shoulder in that AB. Frankie Giammalva overpowering him for his first K of the ball game. Backwards K as he goes down swinging.
David, I would not want a better way to start that first AB.
Swing and a miss to Hayes. Cooper Hayes, first Viking to swing the bat and didn't get much better results than his leadoff hitter did. Frankie Giammalva, first 5 pitches have all found the zone. 0-2 now to Hayes. Watches it go by for a ball. That will be the end of the immaculate inning bid, but still dominating on the hill. Giammalva looking for the punch out. Popped up and drifting towards foul territory. Kuntz on his horse, and he will just run out of room at the fence. That one got just a little bit beyond over near the light post. If he had timed up his swing a little bit better, that ball might have gotten out of here, but just a little bit late on that one. Count is 1-2. Giammalva struck out the leadoff hitter, trying to get another here. Gets the sign from Seamen, coming home with it. Just missed low. Vikings today with the red tops and those retro style navy blue shoulder sleeves. Grounder. Back to Giammalva. He fields it cleanly. Hands it over to Aaron Phillips, almost like a running back, just pitching it into the glove of his first baseman. And now there are 2 away. 1-3 put out is the second out of the inning, and now the designated hitter Axton Brewer will come up to the batter's box.
I mean, for Frankie, it's just such an efficient way. You have the first 3 pitches that you throw are just straight strikes.
That one is not a strike, misses below the zone, and skipped in there just in front of the plate. Seaman has been hesitant to bring their A swings. That one also misses inside 2-0. A lot of the contacts they have made, it's looked like they've just gotten jammed a little bit.
I mean, it also is pretty difficult to keep up with Frankie Giamalva's speed. Maybe something that they weren't seeing off of his hand, but it might pick up in the later innings.
2-1. Swing and a miss for strike two. Count runs even as Giamalva is able to battle back from a difficult situation he put himself in to start the AB. Shakes off Seamen, gets something he likes, and comes home. Foul tipped and not able to haul it in is number 11 behind the dish. We will do it again. Shaking off his catcher again. Now, the offering. Just missed the outer black. Count is full on number 3, Axton Brewer, in the almost maroon tops. From the windup, just above the shoulders. It looked about letter high to me, Brennan, but not quite in there by the umpire's discretion. So the 2-out walk will keep the inning alive for Seamen. And now Cole Rosenberger, the first baseman today, will be batting from the left side of the plate. Giamalva pitching from the stretch for the first time tonight. Looks just as good from the stretch as he did from the windup as he delivers a first pitch strike to Rosenberger. Michael Dobbs waiting on deck. He will be on the mound in just a second, pitching to the Pioneers tonight. Topeka Seamen coming into this matchup at 10-9. They are 7-5 in conference play. They've gotten a few more matchups than the Pioneers have so far. They're only 4-5 in conference play.
And I mean, I don't think that it's so much scheduled games, David. I think that it's just the weather hasn't really been on the Pioneer side for these baseball games.
Yep, and there is a big difference between Leavenworth and Topeka as this one will come in. And in there for a called strike two. 0-2 count on Rosenberger. Topeka is the farthest city we travel to within the conference, so it would make sense that a few of those rainouts would cancel some of our matchups and not quite affect them as heavily. Inside, nearly got his shin. Rosenberger able to jump out of the way before he got a hospital bill. Giamalva trying to close out the side. Started out with back-to-back outs via the strikeout and grounder before walking the 3-hole hitter. Swung on and hit out to center field. Fryman has plenty of time. It will fall into his glove on the one-handed grab. So the 2-out walk does not come back to bite the Pioneers. Topeka Seamen 0, Leavenworth coming up to bat. Julian Simon will lead things off today for the Pioneers. Number 11 and starting at catcher today. He's been leading off all season, and the Pioneers have done a good job when he is behind the dish. 11-7 record, trying to improve upon that here today. Julian Simon taps the plate twice, gets into his stance. The first pitch of the ball game from Dobbs is in there for a strike. First base coach House is over there at first. Head coach Bodie taking the reins over there at third. The 0-1 offering is in there for a strike. Simon just waiting with the bat on his shoulder, trying to time up the righty. Dobbs misses the outside corner on the 0-2 pitch. Count runs to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another one misses outside. He's maybe a little bit hesitant to put one over the strike zone, especially inside to Simon. That's where he really can rake, when he can get that pull side power. Another ball misses. 3-2. And after finding himself in the 2-strike hole, Julian Simon has battled back to make this count full. Anthony Giammalva waits on deck. Swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again. Count is 3-2. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Dobbs has not had the same efficiency that Frankie Giammalva did in the top half of the inning. Pop up out to center field should be a routine play for Rosenberger. Cole Rosenberger gets under it. The younger, as he will make the catch. One away now.
Anthony Giammalva steps up to the plate. Anthony, only a sophomore, has been very valuable to this Pioneer offense.
Anthony Giammalva watches one go by for ball 1. Scoreless ball game here in the first city. Pioneers trying to change that. Scoring was not something hard to come by last night. 6-5. Pioneers found themselves on the wrong side of that one against DeSoto. But one of the better performances I've seen all around from this offense this year. Umpire behind the dish, squeezing Dobbs a little bit as the count runs to 3-0. 3-0 pitch, watches it go by, hoping to draw a walk, but that one is in there for a strike. Umpire looking like a younger version of Santa Claus over there behind the backstop as this one gets popped up. He's got that majestic beard. I love to see it. High pop to second, will get caught. Giammalva is retired for out number 2. His older brother, the senior Frank Giammalva, will get his chance to hit. Little bit of a change of walk-up music today, hoping to give him a jolt. First offering to Giammalva, blows the heater by him for a strike.
Frank Giammalva leading the team in home runs.
And the pitch swung on and fouled back towards us. He's got 3. I would argue the most notable of which was the one he sent out of here against Topeka West. Or excuse me, Lansing. In the second of the Lansing games. That was the one that really put the capper on it. Beating out an infield single. No! They're going to say the throw got there just a bit before the foot did. I'm not sure I agree with that one. But nonetheless, out number 3 is recorded. And the Pioneers will take the field once again in a scoreless ball game.
chasing that same old down the same old dead end highway. Riding that storm through my veins like a shot down tailspin in a plane. Scared of living, I'm scared to death. I can't breathe and I can catch my breath. But I keep chasing that same old dead end highway. Same red leaf, the same red leaf. Trying to leading off the top of the second for the Vikings pitcher.
Dobbs, Sextro, and Colley to lead things off for the Vikings here in the top of the second. Both sides yet to crack the scoreboard so far. Frankie Giammalva, scoreless first. That's something that he's grown accustomed to coming into the game with a .64 ERA and a whip also under 1, 0.73. He's striking out batters at a 38% clip. That one is in there for a strike. And honestly, Brennan, those stats could arguably be better if not for some questionable officiating in one specific moment. For those of you who've been watching all season, you're probably very familiar with what we're calling ground rule double gate against Lansing. Fouled off and sent into the on-deck circle. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreless game. Top of inning number 2. Giammalva coming home with it. Little bit low. 3-2 now.
Frank Giammalva walked the last batter who he faced in this situation.
This one fouled back. He walked Axton Brewer the last time he found himself in a full count. Looking to retire Dobbs, though, who is also starting opposite to him on the hill. Fouled off. If Dobbs could manage to shut down this Pioneer offense, which we're hoping he doesn't, he would be the first pitcher to beat Frankie this year, as the Leavenworth righty is 3-0. Swung on and hit down the left field line, hooking onto the softball fields. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dobbs getting set in the right-handed batter's box, awaiting the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Giammalva struggling with efficiency here in the second inning, something that wasn't a worry in the first. Swing and a miss. Sets him down swinging on the full count off speed. And now Grayson Sextro, the catcher, will get a chance to bat. Second strikeout of the day for Frankie Giammalva. First time sending someone down swinging, as Jessup, the first victim, just kept the bat on his shoulder for all 3 of the strikes that went by. 1-0 to Sextro, the catcher, with Colley on deck. Missing low with the ball. Frankie Giammalva from the rubber. Just a bit high. And now this one, another 3-ball count. This time he doesn't have the luxury of working with 2 strikes, though. Sextro ahead in the count. Watches one go by for a strike. And finally, Giammalva is able to find the edges. Giammalva, the 3-1. Another one, a called strike. Sextro a little bit hasty there, tossing the bat back towards his dugout before the umpire even made his hand signal. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back full counts. Giamalva struck out the last hitter. This one is put into play. His brother Anthony on to Aaron Phillips, 2 gone.
Left fielder, number 4, Gavin Colley.
2 away, and the left fielder Gavin Colley will get his first opportunity to face Giamalva. Giamalva first offering to Colley, right on right matchup, misses outside and low. Tried to get out his paintbrush there, but was coloring outside the lines. That one also misses. Can't seem to find that box. Shows bunt. That one's in there for a strike. The offering. Outside. Frankie Giamalva just looking for weak contact here, or anything that would work in his favor. Giamalva kicks and fires. Watches it go by. Count is full. Colley, back cocked, keeping his hands high at the crown of his helmet. Swung on and missed. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Frankie Giamalva. 1, 2, 3 go the Vikings. Leavenworth gets their chance to strike first after this.
Sometimes I just feel like quitting, I still might. Why do I quit this fight? Why do I stick right? Sometimes it's hard enough to deal with real life. Sometimes I wanna jump on stage and just kill mics. So these people on my level of skills like, but I'm still white. Sometimes I just hate life. Something ain't right. Get the brake lights. Case of the stage fright. Draw the blank like. And I clam up. I just slam shut. I just can't do it. My whole manhood's script. I just been hit, so I must get from the busted slip, man. Yo, I'm going to home. Roll on my shoulders as I run back to this 8 mile.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Pioneers, number 17, Noah Davis.
Leavenworth yet to get someone on base. Noah Davis will look to try to change that with Gabe Fryman and Carter Pro in the 5 and 6 spots, potentially able to follow him up. First pitch a called strike. Fouled off. Looked like the bat got a bit of the catcher's mask there. He's okay though.
Noah Davis finding himself in some trouble with the 0-2 count.
Dobbs. Swing and a miss. Drop 3rd strike. Throw down to first will get him with plenty of time. Number 17 will go back to the dugout. 4 up, 4 down, as Dobbs has done a good job of just staying consistent out there on the hill.
And now Gabe Fryman, number 9, is up. He leads the 5A Kansas State with the batting average and the hits leader.
He's also 7th on the leaderboard and on base. That one, called strike on Fryman. This game has the potential for a lot of drama, especially if both pitchers go back and forth like this. Another one fouled into the net. We saw it, especially with the Lansing game, the home version of that, when we hosted, and it just felt like every inning, the pitchers, nothing was going to phase them, and it kept on going until we went into extra innings scoreless. Swing and a miss from Fryman. Another dropped third strike. Throw down to first will retire him again. Back-to-back Ks, the first two recorded of the day for Dobbs. Now Carter Pro will get his chance to hit. Speaking of the Lansing game, this was our hero that night, and Pioneer Pete's Athlete of the Week in the 7 days that followed. Dobbs dealing, swing, and a miss. Pioneers still hitless through the first 5 batters in the order. JV just got no hit a second ago, so if this varsity staff is anything like their previous staff, then the Pioneers could be in for a long night. No balls and 2 strikes now on Carter Pro, just trying to make contact. Strike 3 called, and that will retire the side. Striking out the side is Michael Dobbs. He has been dealing perfect through 2.
I hopped up the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame, except am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody's so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio. Jay-Z and the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. Come on. It's a party in the It's a party in the Get to the club in my taxi cab. Everybody's looking at
And
me
we're
now.
back in the top of the third.
Third for the Vikings.
Gotta
Center fielder number 11, Cole Rosenberg.
Frankie Giamalva has started the day off with 2 no-hit innings. Topeka Seamen has had no response, especially to his fastball, in my opinion. He's been able to set up a lot of his off-speed stuff, but at the end of the day, if you can't catch up to the heater, you can't really catch up to anything. Swing and a miss. Oh, excuse me. Called for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Keeping the bat on his shoulder. Another swing and a miss. Frankie Giamalva starting the count 0-2, not able to finish it efficiently. The count will run to 1-2.
I mean, there's a big pattern I see here. Both the pitchers seem to start the count 0-2, and it goes from there. It's not a 2-1 start as Frankie Giamalva gets the backwards K on that one.
Called third strike is Giamalva's 4th of the game.
7, Jack
And with both sides being hitless today, again, this could be a pitcher's duel that we're talking about all week over in Topeka if they can find themselves on the right end of it. At the end of the day, this game could be a race to just 1 or 2 runs.
I definitely think that it will be a low-scoring game. I'm guessing 4-3 the Pioneers come away with it, David.
I think 4-3 is even a little bit liberal when you look at the way both staffs have started the game. Giamalva coming home with it. Giamalva hasn't even allowed 3 runs all season. And so I would be impressed if Topeka Seamen could even get multiple hits together. 2-1. That one in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giamalva, this week's Athlete of the Week, voted for by the students. Everyone comes out to watch when he's pitching, and there's a good reason why. Sending down Becker swinging for his 5th K. Both of the first two Seamen have been sent down via the punch-out. Frankie Giammalva. From the windup, this one chopped right back to him. Fields it cleanly, throw on to first with plenty of time. Aaron Phillips steps on the bag, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Vikings. And Topeka Seamen High School and Leavenworth High School are tied as we go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Drum and hold phone. The sun came out today. We're born again. There's new grass on the field. Round the third and headed for home. It's a brown, handsome man. Anyone can understand the way I feel.
Leading out the bottom of the 3rd for the Pioneers.
And Davin Kuntz able to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Only a sophomore, but he is strong in the right field, David. He's also very flexible with being able to catch.
Fouled away. He is starting out there in right tonight. And, that's such an asset to have if you're Bodie. Just being able to plug him in pretty much anywhere and knowing that you'll get all UKC quality defense. Fouled back right at the plate, and the count goes to 0-2.
Yet again, I mean, as I said earlier, it just starts 0-2, and the pitchers and the hitters need to work to recover, and if you're a hitter, and just finish the job if you're a pitcher.
Thought about offering at that one, but instead Kuntz able to hold the bat back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dobbs. The 2-strike offering misses low to bring the count back to even for the Pioneers. Aaron Phillips waiting on deck, number 31. Dobbs from his windup misses low. He's been in the windup all game as he has been perfect through the first 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kuntz able to battle back from the 0-2 hole. Can he finish the job? Chopped on the ground to third. It will roll just outside the chalk line, and we'll do it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up.
Davin Kuntz definitely smart to run the hard 90, as there looks like there could be some spin that put that ball back fair. So just depends on where the ball gets touched, whether it's foul or not in that situation.
Yeah, the ball, it looked like it was starting to trickle back in towards fair territory, but the turf ended up just not giving it as much give as the Seamen would have hoped. That one fouled back. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kuntz battling. He's seen 5 pitches since falling behind 0-2. The leadoff hitter of the inning, the last batter you want to walk. Dobbs from the windup. High kick, comes home with it and misses high above the letters. Davin Kuntz taking his free pass. It's the first free pass issued on the day for Dobbs. And now Aaron Phillips will come up to the plate with a runner on. Phillips at the plate. Shows bunt, not able to get it down. Strike 1.
And just to update you guys, DeSoto varsity is beating Turner 8-1, as the Piper Pirates and Shawnee Heights are battling it out 1-1.
Only scoreless battle of the conference going on right now. As this one gets popped up foul. Pioneers trying to change that here. Piper and Shawnee Heights playing in game 2 of the Tuesday afternoon doubleheader. In the first affair, they had a whole lot of action as it's similar pitchers duel. Went into the bottom of the 7th 1-1 before the Shawnee Heights Thunderbirds were able to walk off Piper, something that we're always happy to see after Piper got the best of us this year, both contests. Hit, not able to come up with it over there at first base, and now the error gives the Pioneers a runner in scoring position and a runner on first.
Mason Shoemaker.
As the junior Mason Shoemaker, the left fielder tonight, comes up to bat. And, I mean, you have smart base runners. So if I'm Mason, I'm just thinking put the ball in play. There's no outs as well. So the Pioneers definitely have a chance to score.
Michael Dobbs still has his no-hitter intact. That one goes high for a wild pitch. Both runners advance. Still has the no-hitter intact, but his defense not gracious. That ball was hit hard enough, Brennan, that if that ball's fielded cleanly, it's an easy double play.
I mean, it's just a quick. For a lefty, your feet are already set towards second base, so I think he might have tried to rush that a little bit.
1 ball and 1 strike to Mason Shoemaker. He pulled back the bunt as that last pitch sailed over the backstop, but this time it's a strike. Kuntz will come home on the grounder, and retired over there at first is Shoemaker on the RBI sacrifice. Dobbs has held the Pioneers hitless through the first 2 1/3 innings, but the Pioneers' small ball approach has managed to get some runs across anyway. Julian Seamen flew out in his first AB. A liner, actually, right to the center fielder. Looking for some more hard contact that'll hopefully find some green grass.
I mean, anything in the gap would easily score Aaron at second. So that one is strike 1.
Runner at second. Pioneers leading by 1. Smart base running and just putting the ball in play has given the Pioneers an early lead.
Aaron Phillips almost picked off there, able to get in on the back part of there as the shortstop sneaks right in behind him.
Good job catching that back corner of the bag, sticking your hand right under the tag. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Julian Seamen as he watches another one go by around his ankles. Juju Seamen gets set with the bat and those Bruce Bolt batting gloves. Fouled off. Seamen, I would say his signature moment this season was the home run at Piper, but beyond that, he's been kind of streaky, Brennan. He'll go on an absolute tear for 2 or 3 nights, but then struggle to put the ball in play for a game. The 3 strikeout game recently comes to mind. But when he's on, he's on. Swing and a miss, he was not on there. Sent down swinging for Dobbs' 4th strikeout of the game. Anthony Giamalva popped up to second in his first AB. Now getting a chance to maybe notch another RBI next to his name with the runner in scoring position. Fouled away. Topeka Seamen 0. Pioneers currently leading 1-0. Still yet to record a hit. But at the end of the day, all that matters is the scoreboard. Missing outside is Dobbs, and the count runs even, 1-1 on the sophomore. Phillips with a comfortable lead over there at second, not going. Missing low is Dobbs, 2 balls and 1 strike. And you know, Brennan, we've talked about it, especially last night, but all season long, we've preached the importance of not walking the leadoff hitter. Dobbs fell into that trap here, and that's really the only reason the Pioneers find themselves in front. Pick down to second, not in time. The Vikings thought they had him in no man's land, but another smart swim move is able to evade the tag.
Anthony Giamolo is still battling with the 2-1 count.
The pitch from Dobbs. Hit on a line to the opposite field. This one's got a chance. It is over the wall for a ground rule double. Anthony Giammalva drives in Aaron Phillips, and now Frankie will bat behind him with the Pioneers in front 2-0. The first hit of the ball game for the Pioneers coming at a huge time
Anthony
to put them up by
Giammalva
2.
grittying back over to Coach House to give him his gear.
You
mean-
know, if you're putting the ball in play, sending rockets to the warning track right that, I think like that, I think you have every right to dance around a little bit. He has got to be feeling really good about his swing right now. Frankie Giammalva up to bat now. That one fouled back into the netting. He's got Noah Davis batting behind him, who, in my opinion, might be an even bigger power threat in this situation facing a right-handed pitcher.
I mean, I think that Frankie Giammalva has the speed over Noah, but I think when it comes to it, Frankie Giammalva is just able to rip the extra bases out of the opponent's hands by his speed. I mean, he had a triple that should have been a double just because he was able to run the bases.
Giammalva now gets the bat cocked up and ready to go. Dobbs coming home with it, misses low. In terms of raw power, I think Noah Davis might be the leader on this team, but Frankie Giammalva, in my opinion, the most complete athlete you'll see. I mean, he showed it during football season in that 9-2 campaign, regional championship, as that one misses outside. But just when you open a dictionary and look up 5-tool player, all you see is Frankie Giammalva's face. They don't give athlete of the week to nobody here at Leavenworth High School.
Frankie Giammalva, number 12 in the state for 5A baseball.
In RBIs.
And
Fouled off.
he's also number 4 in the state on stolen bases. So as I was saying, ripping the extra bases out of the opponent's hand is something that he's been very proficient at this whole season.
2-0 ball game. The most dangerous all-around bat at the plate for the Pioneers. He's battled back from an 0-2 hole to make the count even. Dobbs trying to retire him. That one losing it behind the dish is the catcher. Sextro just lost the ball. It seemed to crawl its way into the dirt. And by the time he picked it up, Anthony Giammalva was already standing flat-footed on third base. Full count. Noah Davis on deck. 2 gone in the inning. Leavenworth already leading by 2 here early. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Dropped third strike. Tag applied. And that will retire the side. But not before 2 come across. Davin Kuntz and Aaron Phillips both coming home to score, with Anthony Giammalva's RBI double being the highlight. Pioneers will send Giammalva back to the hill in a 2-0 game.
Come around and chill out and show me, get caught and show me. Why one on one you can't hurt me. If your last name was Hayden, only way you were me, if it's my name on your pan. No resident of France, but you swear I'm a Paris, 106 carats. Total, no, that's purpose. Trying to get purpose. My chain to your chain. Sprint a Motorola, no service out of your range. You're out of your brain, thinking I'ma shout out your name. You gotta come up with better ways and actions to get your aim. All that pressure you apply, it's time to ease off. Oh, I hit you from the blind side, taking your sleeves off as much as we lost. It's hard to please, cause don't be lying. Crying, suck it up as a loss, cause your act is right, your whole label is right. Matter of fact, I hold that. Number one, no matter if you like it, take it, sit down and make it. Number one. What if you take to be number one? Two is not a winner. Three, nobody remembers. What does it take to be number one? Hell yeah, mom, have a girl that's willing to learn, willing to get in the driver's seat and willing to turn, and not concerned about that. He say, she say, did he say what I think he said? Watch that, he probably got that off eBay or something, internet access, some website chat line, man, 'cause I got mine. Don't wind up on a flat line. My people could see me now.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Vikings, number 6, Cooper Hayes.
2, 3, 4 in the lineup card will be due up for Topeka Seamen here today. Cooper Hayes getting us started. First pitch from Giammalva misses low. Right around the striped socks. I like the look from Hayes. He's got the high pants, high socks. Little bit of an old school approach. 2-0 Pioneer lead. This one gets popped up. Phillips thought about pursuing it, but that one is well beyond the foul fence and over towards the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Giammalva looking to put him away here. The pitch. In there for a called strike 3. Hayes can't believe it, but Frankie Giammalva can. That is his 6th strikeout of the day, and that's something that we can't really be surprised by, as he has struck out 40% of the batters he's faced this season. That is a stat that is hard to counter in that batter's box. Drive out to left field and almost dinging off the light pole. Just missed that tower. Topeka Seamen trying to stay above 500 here, 10-9 on the year. Giammalva coming home with it. Missed the outside corner. Simon gets set behind the dish. The pitch fouled back, and the count will go to 1-2.
The designated hitter,
Axton Brewer, number 3. He's the only Viking to reach base in this entire ball game. He's the only guy standing between Giammalva's no-hitter and a perfect game. Fouled back into the net. Starting pitcher Dobbs doing all the dirty work for his side, having to come all the way out here to grab that one. He should be in there resting his arm with the massage gun. Giammalva to the plate. This one hit out to the opposite field. Kuntz able to get that one as it hung up there just long enough for him to make the one-handed grab. 2 away.
8, Cale Rosenberger.
Kale Rosenberger, now at bat number 8. He had flew out to Gabe Fryman in his first at bat, as it is straight up to the sophomore Jack Dunlap under it, making the 3rd out of this inning.
Frankie Giammalva has a no-hitter through 4. We go to the bottom of the 4th, Pioneers leading by 2.
My old man, sad old man, spent his life living off the land. Dirty hands and a clean soul. It breaks his heart seeing foreign cars filled with fuel it isn't ours, and wearing cotton weed and gold. He's got the red tag in the back of his made in America. He loves his wife, she's that wife that decorates on the 4th of July, but says every day's Independence Day. She's golden rule, teaches school. Some folks say it isn't cool, but she says the Pledge of Allegiance anyway. He's got the red, white, December,
Leading off, number 17, David.
Davis, Fryman, and Pro to get things started for Leavenworth. They have a 2-0 lead following some batted ball luck in the last inning and some savvy base running. Swing and a miss had him down to one knee, not proposing, just whiffing on that one.
Noah Davis definitely hungry for a hit as he struck out swinging on a drop third strike as he swings at 2 in the dirt to make the count 0-2.
He just seems to be doing a little bit too much there on the plate. When he is just locked in his rhythm, he's a really good hitter. This one gets hit to the opposite side. Throw from short will retire him for out number one.
Gabe Fryman.
The Kansas hit leader and batting average leader and the whole entire 5A is at bat number 9. Gabe Fryman done a great job of finding any way to get on base.
He's really trying to break out of a little bit of a slump, though. In his last 3 at-bats, he hasn't managed to reach base at all. He has gone 4 plate appearances without a hit, which is something that we don't see too often from him as he comes into this game with a .545 batting average. 2-0 to number 9 in the pinstripes. Watches another one go by. 3 balls and no strikes to Fryman.
Might put the red light on this one.
In there for a called strike 1. Dobbs clearly got the scouting report, and he does not want anything to do with that bat. The pitch, high up and in, almost got him, but able to dodge a bullet and trot over there to first base is Fryman.
The Cardinals send walking the first batter of the game, as that happened to Gabe Fryman last night as well against their opponent last night, the DeSoto Wildcats.
Thankfully for Dobbs, there is one away, but no matter what the out total says, you never want to fall into that trap. Pro watches one go by for a strike. Even with Davis already retired, Pioneers are not complaining about another free base runner, especially when you have Pro at the plate, who has been known to hit the ball hard. Swung on and missed. Dobbs blowing the heater by him.
Carter Pro watched strike 3 go by in his last at bat. Started off in an 0-2 count. Let's see if he changes anything this time.
Well, he's already fallen behind 0-2, but we have seen an adjustment, not keeping the bat on his shoulder here, as he has been offering at all the pitches. That one hit hard out to short. fielded cleanly, getting the leadoff runner, but the trailing runner is also tagged. Double play will retire Pro and Fryman. We go to the 5th. Pioneers leading by 2.
Puede tomar la fuerza del mal que se mete por tu pena. Los dientes del sol que se te metió y no te deja quieta ni no. ¿Quién puede parar eso que el bailar descontrola tu cadera? Y ese fuego que quema por dentro y lento comienza a enfriar. De aquí de ahora, todo empieza.
And we're back in the top of the 5th. The Pioneers leading 2-0 against the Topeka Seamen. The Seamen Vikings, sorry. I mean, it's just been a great outing for Frankie Giammalva so far.
4 scoreless innings. The lone base runner surrendered via his first inning of work on the walk. That one skipped in there, Simon blocking it with the chest protector to keep it in front of him. Really, the Red and Navy have just had a difficult time of putting the ball in play at all. Giammalva already with 6 strikeouts on the day. The pitch swung on and hit sharply down the third baseline, but foul.
Frankie,
Dobbs feels cheated there as that one almost stayed inside the bag.
Frankie has been looking like my fantasy pitchers lately for the MLB. I mean, just absolutely dominating every single pitch that they throw and working the count to the fullest, but also able to stick with it and get those strikeouts on the day.
The offering from Giammalva. Swung on and hit just fair. That's the first hit of the ball game for Topeka Seamen. Michael Dobbs will get into second base standing up as Davin Kuntz will get the ball in. 4 innings of no-hit baseball comes to an end for Frankie Giammalva, but he still has the win intact if he could keep this Pioneer 2-0 lead. You can tell all of them on the field know what just happened too, as Julian Simon letting out a little bit of a disappointed sigh that ball fell just a few feet inside the line. You know, baseball is a game of inches, and if that ball travels just a bit further and the Vikings hitter was just a bit more late, then that would have been a continuation of the previous at-bat. 2-0 Pioneers still in front. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. And the runner on second is threatening, though. Frankie Giammalva gets set back on the rubber. Coming home with it. Popped up and fouled off over towards the dirt field over here in the Pioneer Complex.
Yesterday, David, it was an absolute mess, so the junior varsity players had to switch to a single game, but it looks a lot better today.
Torrential downpour on Sunday night had the field messed up, which honestly, while I am a baseball purist in a sense that I prefer watching the game played on dirt, I understand the decision for the varsity squad to install turf out here because it can resist the elements a little bit more without having to employ a major league level grounds crew. Giammalva will deal this one, sent down to short. Throw on down to first. Dunlap recording the first out of the inning. 6-3 putout will retire Sextro after the double.
Jack Dunlap put in there for a reason as he tries to tag the runner on second to get him back on to second base instead of letting him advance to third.
And that's exactly why we put him in there at short, as he chased the runner back and handled that play perfectly, just right to the textbook. He's been doing a lot of studying on that, clearly, as that one will go by for a strike. We've seen our own defense make that mistake where we'll wait too long and let the opposition get a free base runner, or we'll rush the throw and let the runner advance, or even chuck one into the outfield. But Dunlap executing the grounder perfectly. Giammalva thinking about picking down to second. He'll come home with it, and that is a called strike two. Hunting for his 7th K on the day. Strikeout number 40 on the season. Currently sitting at 39. Frankie coming home. Missed the outside part of the black.
Almost painted.
Again, just can't seem to find that canvas. He's been working so well here today. But that work of art not appreciated by the umpire. 1-2. Giammalva, the offering, swung on and missed. Ridiculous swing there. He had no chance to catch up to that fastball. Strikeout number 40 for Frank Giammalva. He's done all that in just his 5th start on the year, averaging 8 strikeouts a start. 2 are gone.
As the pinch hitter, number 7, unknown name, so we'll call him John Doe for now, comes into bat.
Joe Random, if you play MLB The Show. Swung on and hit out to center. Fryman will get under it and catch Random's line drive. And the Pioneers evade the threat. Just the lone base runner coming via the leadoff double. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Pioneers up by 2.
Take me out to the ball game. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Yeah. Swing, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing, batter, batter, swing. Yeah. Hey, baby, do you come?
So he's got the bottom of the 5th for the Pioneers. Number 6.
Devin Koontz will lead off the bottom of the 5th. Michael Dobbs headed back out for a 5th inning of work, as he has looked awfully good today, aside from the 2 runs surrendered in the bottom of the 3rd. This one is in there for a strike. Koontz. The pitch is in there for a strike. Davin Koontz maybe has a little bit of an inside scoop on Dobbs' stuff. They actually play together on the same summer ball team, Gage Athletics. That one misses low. He seems to know what's coming before it even gets out of Dobbs' hand. He walked in his first at bat and is just looking for something to square up here. When you see someone every day over the summer at practice, it really helps. That one fouled straight back to Phillips. On the flip side, of course, Dobbs knows some of Kuntz's weaknesses. He has a little bit of an extra intel Seems to be working Kunze in a lot, this AB. That one misses low and rolls all the way to the backstop. Thankfully, no runners on to advance any further for Dobbs. Even count on Davin Coons. That one swung on and missed. Dobbs blew him away with the heater. 6th strikeout of the day. Aaron Phillips reached on his error and scored in his last AB. That was the lone unearned run for Dobbs. And that's the difference between this being a 2-run game and potentially a no-run game, as that ball could have been a double play. After Kuntz goes down via the punch-out, there is one away. Aaron Phillips just looking to get on base here against a pitcher who's dominated the Pioneers for much of this game. Mason Shoemaker waits on deck, then the lineup card will flip over. 2 balls and 1 strike, hitters count for the first baseman. Glove in front of his mouth, he comes down from the windup, swung on and missed. 2-2. Over at Turner High School, it's gotten pretty ugly. 12-2, DeSoto in front. As Dobbs comes home, that one misses inside.
Making the count full, Aaron Phillips fighting to avoid the second out of this inning.
Piper and Shawnee Heights is a bit more competitive. That one is swung on a miss for strike 3. Shoemaker will come up to hit after back-to-back Ks start the inning. That is 7 on the day for Dobbs. Shawnee Heights and Piper right now, they are in extra innings. Shawnee Heights has a runner on second in the bottom of the 8th. That is a 1-1 ball game. Shawnee Heights has a chance to walk off the Pirates twice in one day. Shoemaker shows bunt on the first pitch and pulls back for ball 1. I mean, getting one walk-off in high school baseball will be one of the highlights of a young man's life, as that one gets hit out to right field and will hang up there to get caught. And that will send us to the top of the 6th. Pioneers still hunting for win number 12 on the year. Frankie Giamalva going back out for some more work.
Me, young B, cruising down the west side highway, doing what we like to do. Eyes behind shades, this necklace the reason all of my dates been blind dates. But today I got my Ferroist girl with me. I'm mashing the gas, she's grabbing the wheel. It's trippy how hard she rides with me. The new Bobby and Whitney, only time we don't speak is during Sex in the City. She gets carry fever, but soon as the show's over, she's right back to me and my soldier. Cause mommy's a rider, and I'm a roller. Put us together, how they gon' stop both us? Whatever she lacks, I'm right over her shoulder. When I'm off track, mommy is keeping me focused. So let's lock this down like it's supposed to be. The O3, Bonnie and Clyde, Hope and B. Holla, all I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend, me and my girlfriend.
Down to the very end, it's me and my boyfriend.
That's right, all I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend, me and my baby.
Down to the very end, it's me and my boyfriend.
The problem is, you dudes treat the one that you loving with the same respect that you treat the one that you humping. That ain't about nothing. If ever you mad about something, it won't be that. Oh no, it won't be that. I don't be at places where we comfy at with no piage. Oh no, you won't see that. And no, I ain't perfect. Nobody walking this earth surfaces. But girlfriend, work with the kid. I keep you working at Hermaid birthday bag, Manolo blind Tim's, aviator lens, 600 drops, Mercedes Benz. The only time you were Burberry to swim.
Leading off the top of the 6th
The
for
only worry is him.
Vikings,
She do
number
anything.
27, Jack Becker.
David Kemp here in the booth alongside Brennan Spalding, who I'm convinced is a psychopath now after he just ate a peanut whole. This one gets bunted out to Giamalva on the mound. Not able to corral it, and beating out a bunt single is Jack Becker. think you're the first person I've ever seen, Brennan, pop a whole raw peanut in your mouth without even taking the shell off.
Well, first off, David, they're not whole. I mean, they're not raw peanuts. They've been through multiple factories. And also, I like the salty taste of it, as Frankie Giammalva might have a salty taste in his mouth as well after the small error that he made.
Runner reaches on the bunt. Throw down to first. Pick not made. You know, if you want the salty taste of some peanuts, I might have to invite you over sometime for some boiled peanuts. I like the Cajun ones. Have you ever had boiled peanuts?
Nope.
Man, you're missing out. Not a product of the South.
Only lived in Nevada, Virginia, and here, David.
Runner on first. Throw misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
It seems to me that the combat has been a very popular bat lately. I mean, just how much pop it has. You see just over half of the starting lineup for the Pioneers, and I've seen about 5 people on the Seamen Vikings swinging the combat as well.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what bat you have if you can't make contact. And Frankie Giammalva has taught the Vikings that lesson. He has 7 strikeouts today, 40 on the season. But after working a 3-0 count, Jessup is feeling good. And pitching coach Thamert is not. He heads out to the mound for a visit with his ace. Brennan Spalding still munching and crunching on his snacks. But Frankie Giammalva is back to work on the hill. Runner on first. The 3-0 will miss outside.
Frankie Giammalva will be munching and crunching on that one as he walks another one. 2 on, nobody out, and a 2-0 ball game.
Ball 4 brings the go-ahead run to the plate. Tying runner is aboard. And after 2 batters reach to lead off the inning,
Hopefully a nice double play up here would help the Pioneers.
not a great way to start the 6th. 2 runners reaching, neither of them even having to swing the bat. First one reached via the error on the bunt single.
4 pitch walks are not ideal, but when you have 7 strikeouts on the day, then it's okay a little bit. It gives you a little more.
Frankie Giammalva getting another chance to field it here. He'll just eat it. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
As the designated hitter comes up to bat,
Frankie Giammalva's going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat or do some kind of magic trick to get out of this inning, as he has put himself in quite the bind here. Nobody warming in the Pioneer bullpen. This is Frankie's inning all the way. Giammalva coming home. This one hit on a line to Davis, diving into third. Not able to get the double play, but Noah Davis hot on his heels, able to lay out and make that grab. One away. That is the kind of fielding I like to see out of my third baseman, Brennan.
I mean, Noah Davis has just been sensational. Sorry, a little bit of the peanut shell in the back of my mouth. And he's just able to fly around and make those type of plays, David.
Now getting his chance in is Kale, not Cole, Rosenberger. Their parents were feeling pretty creative, naming the starting DH, or the starting first baseman Kale, and his brother, the center fielder Cole.
I mean, you definitely have to have some good handwriting on the lineup card to tell the difference, especially when the first letter is both the C. I mean, O and A's look a lot alike.
2-0 ball game. Pioneers in front. Vikings threatening. Runners at every base. Giammalva just focusing on the batter in front of him. Line drive to Davin Kuntz, and he will send it in. Tagging and scoring from third is Becker, and now this has turned into a one-run ball game.
Dobbs.
The shutout has evaporated for Frankie Giammalva, but if they could hold the Vikings to just one, that would be critical here.
I mean, you have 2 outs, and the pitcher, Michael Dobbs, has struck out and hit a double down the right field line. So, Frankie Giammalva looking for his 8th strikeout on the day.
He's definitely a dangerous bat in this Vikings order. First pitch to Dobbs, swung on and miss.
Dangerous for Julian Seamen as that one almost pops him in the head.
This very well could be the Vikings' last chance to pull ahead. Tying run on third, go ahead at first. The pitch, swung on and hit sharply down the third baseline, but gets foul. Frankie Giammalva with the runners at the corners. Trying to pull a Houdini. Bases loaded with nobody out, and he has a chance to get out of this inning with the Pioneers still in front. From the stretch, misses high, 1-2.
Goes right into where Julian Seamen was signaling for it. Frankie Giammalva from the stretch.
Hayes at first, Jessup on third. Foul tipped. If Simon were to grab that one, the inning would be over, but we'll do it again. Jessup again represents the tying run, but a ball to the gap would put Topeka Seamen in front, something that Frankie is trying to avoid. If you're the Vikings, with bases loaded, nobody out, you gotta get at least two. Giammalva trying to send him back to the dugout, disappointed. This one is up and in. He's probably a little bit disappointed in himself after that pitch.
I mean, he has only let up 1 run. And, I mean, still a great ERA for Frankie.
That one is high. Throw goes down to second, and they've got him stuck in a pickle. Making sure that the runner does not get home. Throw down to third. Davis's tag is not in time.
Anthony Giammalva with a great heads-up play. I definitely think that he would have been hosed as he seemed very set on going back to first all the way, but a great heads-up play, just how they rep it in practice for Anthony Giammalva.
Yeah, you'd love to get that third out there, but with a strikeout artist like Giammalva on the hill, you just got to trust his stuff. 3-2, 2 outs. Game potentially on the line. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Sends him down swinging. And Frankie Giammalva will walk off the mound with the Pioneers still in front. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Leavenworth 2, Topeka Seamen 1.
What I'm feeling, all right. It was home, roll my window down, and now I'm back roll, going stop sign through the middle of every little farm town. With you in this brand new Chevy with the best kid, I look at hell like every up in there. So baby, it was all, and it made me wanna roll my window down and put. Yeah, she was sipping on Southern and singing bars. We were falling in love in the sweetheart of summer. She hopped right into the cab of my truck and said, "Fire it up, let's go get this thing stuck." Baby, you're strong. My window down and cruise down the back road. Going stop sign in the middle of every little farm town with you. And this brand new Chevy with the best kid. Good hell like with you up in there. So baby, you're song. My window down and cruise my way down my seat back years ago. We ride. It's up on my dashboard. It's just the way I. Hey, country girl, this country.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for the Pioneers, number 11, Julian Simon.
Julian Simon on today, he has flown out and struck out. So 0 for 2 on the day, looking to get something started here.
This is exactly who you want to lead off in a narrow ball game, though. Top of the order, Simon Giamalva and Frankie Giamalva getting a chance to hit here in bottom six.
Anthony and Frankie aren't like Cole and Kale. Can definitely tell the difference from them.
They're a dynamic duo. Frankie, the five-tool player, and Anthony, the budding superstar. He's just a sophomore. He'll still be in the program for a couple more years. And then, of course, this whole family-run program, they've got their younger sibling in 12U right now.
11 watching, number 11 bat.
The pitch popped up, sent foul. And falling just beyond us. That one almost knocked out Brennan in the head. Thankfully, everyone's safe over here behind the net. Count is 1-2. Simon is not safe at the plate. Danger of falling victim to the punch out for the second time in this game. Dobbs in the windup and the pitch. Watches one go by to run the count to 3-2. Full to Simon.
The payoff pitch.
Inside ball 4. And Brennan, what did Topeka just do that we never want to see?
The Cardinal sin.
Walking the leadoff hitter, and now the speedy Julian Simon is on base for Anthony Giamalva. 1 for 2 on the day, with the RBI double still being the only hit for the Pioneers. They're actually ahead in this ball game despite getting one hit by Dobbs. Check down to first and
Julian
getting back
Simon.
in there under the tag is Simon.
True speed on the bases. I mean, he digs everything out. He runs as hard and as fast as he can.
Yes, and while Frankie is a guy you trust to go in and finish this game out, a little bit of insurance wouldn't hurt. Bunted foul down the first base line.
That bunt was my power swing there, David. Just going foul down the line.
Where you're normally hitting square, Brennan, on those JV games. As a freshman, especially being a starter, I think you'll be starting on varsity here on these live streams next season. Something that we're all looking forward to seeing. But Giamalva mashed that triangle button there and just bunted it down the line. Shows bunt again. This one will stay fair. Fielding it cleanly and throwing down to first. Head first slide, not in time. Simon gets into second. And now the Pioneers have a runner in scoring position for Frank Giamalva.
The best friends are 120 feet away from each other
180 feet.
as the Seamen coach comes out to talk to the pitcher.
Oh, wait, I think 180 feet on the base paths, 120 feet straight up. We can both be right.
We'll call it a fair deal.
Julian Simon Just needs 2 more bags to give Frankie a little bit more run support. He's in line for his 4th win on the year. He's 3-0 already in his 4 starts. That 4th start was a no decision.
Noah Davis giving him a little pep talk, telling him what he's seeing from the on deck circle and what he's seen before.
Giamalva gets the bat set about chest high. Now brings it up to his ear. Dugout chirping. Plenty of pep in that set, and Noah Davis taking a few practice cuts. He should be getting a chance to hit here. Runner on second, the pitch to Giamalva. Hit him on the wrist. That one is caught to hurt. Did it get the knob of the bat? It did not, according to the umpire, and taking the free pass on the hit by pitch.
Good thing it was the left wrist, or else that could have been brutal to the whole entire Pioneer baseball team.
The last thing you want to do is have your ace, who has just dominated every team he's faced this season, getting hit in the pitching hand. So the Pioneers get a runner on after the hit by pitch and the leadoff walk. So 2 men on, neither of them getting hits today.
As we have a small talk, the umpires have a small talk, as they do not give Frankie Giamalva the hit by pitch, and they're gonna call him back.
After the fact, he's going to have to get the
The elbow guard.
strapping that Bruce Bolt guard back on.
Noah Davis seems so happy that he was gonna be able to hit, but the runner comes off of first and goes back into the batter's box.
Umpires making my job a bit harder, making me scratch away with my eraser at the scorecard. Checking back and then coming home with it. Watches one go by for ball 1. Frankie Giamalva, I think the ultimate villain story here.
And Frankie Giamalva steps back into the plate. The 1-2 count. Frankie Giamalva doing a great job of battling these off. And he strikes out for out number 2.
17, Noah Davis.
Noah Davis stepping into the plate with a fresh count. Noah Davis hoping to bring in his friend. Noah Davis from the pitch thinks about it, but he does not go for strike 1.
Noah Davis batting with 2 gone. The 0-1. Dobbs trying to keep the score right where it is and avoid the loss. That one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I definitely think that the triangle, the friendship triangle, if Frankie would have stayed on third and Noah Davis would have been up, then they just have such good communication with each other and trust in each other to make plays. As we saw Noah Davis, as he fouls that one off.
He's swinging with a lot of power. It's just all a matter of timing. Can he square up the baseball, avoid getting under it or over it? And when he does that, the ball goes a long way, Brennan. We've seen it firsthand.
The most recent one was the Topeka West game, as it went in between the light pole and the foul pole in right field.
He loves depositing balls into the trees out there. That one misses low. Taking third is Seamen. Throw down. Not in time. Stolen base from Seamen will put a runner 90 feet away of adding a little bit more run support for number 23. Noah Davis looking to bring Seamen home. Count is even on the starting third baseman. Watches ball 3 go by. Even counts.
Low and inside.
Fryman waits on deck. Anything off the plate that doesn't look good to Davis is going to bring Fryman up. Missing low. Ball 4 will send Noah Davis on base. Gabe Fryman will come up to the plate with runners at the corners. 2 gone already. Dobbs just trying to get out of this inning with the 1-run deficit staying right where it is. Pioneers have a chance to really blow this game open. Seamen represents run number 3 over there at third. Noah Davis would be 4, and if Gabe Fryman could send one out of here, that would make it not even a safe situation anymore.
Ball low. Directly over the plate, but just too low for the, we'll call him 6'2" umpire.
Dobbs nods to his catcher and comes home. 2-0. Gabe Fryman in a little bit of a drought. He's gone 5 plate appearances without a hit here recently. The pitch fouled away.
Back towards the softball fields, right in front of the stands as they are playing an away game today.
They lost both sets of the doubleheader against Topeka Seamen at Topeka, but they will be back at home tomorrow. Come out to the ballpark if you can. If not, they'll be right here on PTV. Strike 2 called on number 9, Gabe Fryman. I like the girls' chances tomorrow against Washington. That'll be a fun one.
I think that it's going to be a great game and that they have to tune in to watch the game live as the baseball team will only have a practice.
Davis taking his lead. This one ripped up the middle. The drought is over. Taking a hard turn at second and staying put is Noah Davis. Julian Seamen comes across to score, and the Gabe Fryman RBI single makes it a 3-1 ball game for the Leavenworth Pioneers.
Carter Pro, Mr. Clutch himself. This is his time to shine. Yesterday, to end the game, Gabe Fryman was the last at bat yesterday to end the game against DeSoto in the 5-6 loss with the lineout. But Carter Pro with the with the most remarkable hit, the walk-off win against Lansing. I mean, David, before I started broadcasting with you, I was watching that game myself in my room, and I saw 0-0 with Carter Pro at the plate, and when he walked it off, I was even screaming in my own house, acting like I was here. It was
Carter Pro has been the face of the most memorable moment for the Pioneers this year for baseball. And he has also just dominated on the mound. All around, just an excellent player, two-way athlete. I wouldn't call him a Shohei, but he's pretty darn close. Pierce Gray getting some cuts in the on-deck circle. He has an opportunity to bat for the first time in this game as a pinch hitter. He just pitched yesterday. That will end the day for Michael Dobbs, as Steve Bushnell will take the ball from his starter. And now, Cooper Hayes started the day at second, will move on to the mound. He's taken a few practice pitches. And Brennan, what do you think the Pioneers need to do to close out this ball game?
I definitely think scoring Gabe Fryman and Noah Davis, maybe a Carter Pro, either bomb or to the fence would be very nice. He has the power, he has the discipline to know what's right and what's wrong to swing at. And then I think that just letting Frankie finish out the game or whoever is coming in to close the game, just let them just absolutely eat the ball away and don't let the Topeka's Seamen Vikings have anything to do with hitting a baseball tonight?
I think my key for Pro, and if the at bat is successful and the inning continues, Gray and Phillips, you gotta just trust your hands, you know? Too many times we've seen Pioneers take check swings at pitches in the zone or watch balls go by in the zone. You need to just swing away, because more often than not, your instincts are right. That one will bounce low, and the runners will advance. Now the Pioneers have two in scoring position as the catcher calls time to have a chat with Hayes. First pitch of the ball game for Cooper Hayes, and he's already missing and rolling balls all the way to the backstop.
Carter Pro, as I mentioned, having the discipline to hold back. Some people would have the butterfly effect and just swing at the first pitch.
Line drive up the middle and booted over there at second. Throw on to first is in time to retire him, though. And that will retire the side. Leavenworth tacks on a run of insurance, and we will go to the top of the seventh. Frankie Giamalva is going back out to finish what he started.
Anytime I need to see a picture, just close my eyes and I am checking to between a clear stone line and magenta feeling. Take a chapter in the base of my spine, straight like a chicken cherry cola. I need to try to explain that it's so long died, and if it happens again, I'm a mute suicide to the arms and the lips and the face of the human cannibal that I need to, I want to. Come and stand a little bit closer, breathe in and get a bit higher. You'll never know what hit you when I get to you. My kind of person who endorses a deep commitment, getting
Aaron Kitchen, please. Now pitching, Pioneers. Number 7, Carter Pro. Leading off for the Vikings, 31, Grayson Sextro.
And we're back in the top of the seventh. The one and only Carter Pro, previously grounded out, almost reached on an air, but reached, got the out, and now he's in the game to close it.
First pitch from Pro is low. 6 innings is all she wrote for Frankie Giamalva. He only surrendered 1 run and was able to limit the hits as well for the Vikings. That one misses again, 2-0. He's in line for win number 4. That would help him improve to 4-0 on the year in his 5 starts. Pro is just trying to help him do that, looking for his second save on the year. 3-1 ball game. Pro does not have a blown save this season. This one gets hit out to center. Pierce Gray is under it, and the replacement center fielder is able to make the catch.
Out number 1, what an efficient way from Carter Pro. Just getting a nice fly ball for Pierce Gray to just easily get under there.
Garrett Ramos.
Sextro goes down via the flyout, and now Ramos will get his chance to bat.
Also using the combat. Carter Pro not seeing that as an issue, though, as he will dominate this at bat. I am predicting, David.
Again, I think the best quality you can have in a bat is actually hitting the ball, and Topeka Seamen has not showed an ability to do that all night.
they've had 3 hits,
I believe so on the night.
as that one is called for strike one on number one.
Giammalva had a no-hit bid through his first 4 innings of work. He ended up losing that on the leadoff double in inning number 5. Swung on and missed. He offered at it. Just broke the plane of the plate. Wasn't fully committed there with that swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes as the sun sets on the first city. Wind starting to pick up as well. Swing and a miss. Carter Pro sends him down. First strikeout of the game for Pro. And now the Topeka Seamen Vikings are down to their last out.
John Random back at bat. Flew out to Gabe Fryman last time, but Pierce Gray is here now.
Lefty in the batter's box. Should be a favorable matchup, but I don't think any day is a favorable matchup when you're facing Carter Pro. First pitch is popped up and will get out of play.
Carter Pro finding an efficient way to get strike one.
0-1.
Definitely a contact hitter. 7 versus 7, the number matchup.
In inning number 7. In there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Carter Pro looking for the save. Frankie Giammalva in line for the win. Pioneers trying to improve to 12-7 on the year. From his windup, he gets the sign and the offering. Fouled away. The at-bat will continue. Leavenworth looking to just put last night's loss to DeSoto in the rearview mirror. Winning fixes everything. Pro coming home with it. Swing and a miss. That will do it. A 2-strikeout inning as Carter Pro retires the Vikings in order to get the Leavenworth Pioneers their 12th win of the season. Topeka Seamen falls back to 500, while the Pioneers are now climbing up the conference standings. Brennan, what was the most encouraging for you here today?
I mean, I would definitely say that Anthony Giammalvo getting it started hot with his ground rule double definitely would have been a triple if it had stayed in, but luck happens and it just didn't go his way. And then also Aaron Phillips digging it out to assist and then eventually score.
Leavenworth only managed to get 2 hits in this ballgame, but that was more than enough because at the end of the day, in the game of baseball, it's quality over quantity that matters. They got the hits in the right situations. They got the clutch hitters. They got the clutch hits when it mattered. And at the end of the day, the scoreboard reflects a complete game from the Pioneers. A 0.63 ERA for
As the
or a
Pioneers
0.63 winning percentage, so 63%. Meanwhile, the Topeka Seamen are now even in outside of conference play. They are 7-6 in conference play.
and
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We will have post-game interviews in a minute, presumably with our man of the hour, Frankie Giammalva.
I think that Frankie, I say we get a little brother action on here because Anthony Giammalva found a way to get around the bases, and I think to me that started the whole entire scoring both of those runs first, and then Gabe Fryman able to bring it in the next inning. But I think that his efficient and positive attitude, and also Frankie's dominant pitching.
3-1 is your final score. Pioneers find themselves on the right end of this one. We will be back for post-game interviews shortly.
It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right. It's a celebration. Come on and celebrate.
Did Anthony play varsity last year? Okay.
Just got back. Boys that had been away. Haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking us where you could be found. Told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. You know that chick that used to dance a lot? She'd be off the floor shaking what she'd got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. I mean, she was steaming. Time over at Johnny's place. Well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. Chicks don't want to know.
I'll get the camera. You go get that. Here, I'll get it. I don't know if it's big enough. I can
Yeah. just turn them all up. Because they will both have mini ones.
Brennan, just hold it back.
Okay. Can you, does it look good on the camera? All right. So I'm here with Frankie and Anthony Giamalva, the heroes of the day. So both of y'all being brothers playing on varsity, how's that experience been both last year and this year?
I think it's great. I mean, there's already a connection there. So we're always thinking the same thing. It's always the same. It's very simple.
Yeah, it's easy to provide for each other. We got a lot of chemistry and ways to communicate without people knowing it.
And then, of course, Frankie, your accomplishments today: 6 innings of one-run ball. You got your 4th win on the year, 4-0. Anthony, if you were in the box against your brother, which one of his pitches would be the most scary to face?
None of them. There's a couple signs out there with numbers on them. I'd send them all over the place.
All right. Do you think you agree with him there?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And then, I mean, Anthony, you sent some to the numbers out there on 325, the ground rule double that on a different field might have been a home run.
Yeah.
But
Felt pretty good. Would have been if it was Frank. Would have been over the fence as we discussed.
yeah, and then Frank also, I gotta ask you, were you hit on that pitch? Was that a hit by pitch? Okay, hit the knob. But at the end of the day, all that matters, we got the win, 3-1 Pioneers. And who do you think is overall better player?
We're talking about us two.
Yeah, you two.
I got a lot of ways to develop, but definitely me as of right now. He's got some things to work on. We can fix that.
All right. Pleasure talking to you guys. Go celebrate.
Thank you.